Hello class 12th. So today we are here with a new tutorial where you are going to learn about a new concept that is called as Sanskritization. This is one of the most important part of this chapter, which is no less than a 4-marker question, where you are going to learn about the meaning of this term Sanskritization and why was it being criticized. And once the growth of this concept started happening, how the anti-Brahmanical movements took place during this time. So this is what this tutorial will be covering, and go through this tutorial very nicely because every question and every concept of this tutorial is very important for you. So the first thing, that is the meaning of the term Sanskritization. And before I start teaching you the meaning of the term Sanskritization, I will like to emphasize here that who is the person behind it. Sociologist M.N. Srinivas. He was the one when he was doing his study in the villages, because he was a sociologist very well known for the study of Indian villages. He was the one who has coined this term Sanskritization. Now the second thing that comes here is that what do you understand by this term? When he went to Indian villages, he saw that the lower caste, they are imitating the upper caste people. So the lower caste, when they started taking over the customs, the rituals, the beliefs, the ideology, the style of the upper caste, that is what was being called by M.N. Srinivas as a process of Sanskritization. Not just this, he also used the term twice born caste for this. So if a term Dvija caste come or twice born caste come, then we are talking about the takeover of the upper caste custom by the lower caste. Then we also see here that the impact of Sanskritization is many-sided. You can see its impact on the language, you can see its impact on literature, ideology, music, dance, drama. The complete style of life is being impacted by the process of Sanskritization. So as you have just now learned the concept of Sanskritization, just opposite to that is the concept of desanskritization. Now this was also being seen and observed by M.N. Srinivas, that upward mobilization is something very common and we call it as Sanskritization, but there are certain regions where non-Sanskritic castes were dominant. Their influence was very strong in those regions, and there we have seen the downward mobilization happening, and this was being termed by him as desanskritization. You all are very well aware of the fact that in Indian society, where we have so much of inequality, taking over the customs of the upper caste by the lower caste will never be very easy. So here we have an example of KUMUD PAWADE. She was a Dalit woman. Now two things. One is Dalit, and secondly she was a woman. At that point of time, first of all, Dalits were not allowed to take up the education, and when you are a woman, you will definitely not be encouraged for taking the same. But still, Kumud Pawade, she tried learning Sanskrit language. She turned up as a Sanskrit teacher, and she has written her complete experience in her autobiography. Why she wanted to learn or study this language Sanskrit? Only and only for the fact that she wanted to know that the grounds on basis of which the gender discrimination is happening, the grounds on the basis of which the caste discrimination is happening, is it actually true and written in our Vedas? So just to read that, just to analyze that, she has done the study of Sanskrit and turned out to be a Sanskrit teacher. And when she was doing this, she has gone through a lot of varied reactions. There were people who were surprised that how a Dalit woman is taking Sanskrit education. There were people who have brutally rejected her education also. So she has gone through different kind of reactions from the society. So it's never a very easy thing. Kumud PAWADE has set an example and has taught you that Sanskritization is never a very easy to do process. This is one of the most important 4-marker question for you, a very frequently asked board examination question that is critically evaluate the concept of Sanskritization. Here in the book we have 5 criticism written for the same. You have the sub points of every criticism also. Please kindly listen to this very carefully. The very first point of criticism that comes here is the critique says that Sanskritization is just exaggerating social mobility, because when you see this process, there is no change coming in the structure of the society. It's only few people who are changing their position in the society. Overall structure of the society remains the same. Second point of criticism. When you are coming out with the ideology of Sanskritization, you are accepting the fact that upper caste is superior and the lower caste is inferior. So again, this is something which is not really justified. You should not do the same. Third point, why it is being criticized is that this Sanskritization process is completely dependent, or it is completely resting on the model of social exclusion and inequality, and we do not promote such things. We do not believe in the concept of purity and pollution. We do not want to promote such kind of concepts, but Sanskritization completely believes in purity and pollution, which is again being criticized by the scholars. The next point of criticism is that once the lower caste is imitating the lifestyle of the upper caste people, you will definitely be doing the practices of the upper caste only, whether it's secluding the girls and the women, or it is adopting the dowry practices. All these kind of things, and moreover the caste discrimination, will also be practiced by you. And lastly, when you are blindly adopting the lifestyle, the rituals of the upper caste, as a result, what are you doing? You are somewhere eroding your own culture. The Dalit culture is getting degraded. That is becoming eroded from the society, which is again a very big disadvantage of this concept. Not disadvantage, but a criticism given to this concept. So as long as this process of Sanskritization was happening, and as the lower castes were imitating the upper caste, gradually they got to know that there is nothing like caste system, which our religion or religious texts have taught to us. So all these were the things which were absolutely a myth being created by the Brahmanical society. So it was being seen that this was a time when the anti-Brahmanical movements were very common, because these lower caste people, now they were very self-conscious that what is happening. We have accepted everything wrong till now. We were living in a very you can say a world which was not actually true. So what they started doing in protest was that they started dropping these Sanskrit words and phrases which they were using, because it was part of their lifestyle now as a result of Sanskritization. Then it was also being seen that nowhere now they had the desire to move upward in the caste ladder. Now rather they started taking pride in their own identity. They have started gaining the self-confidence, even though they were being excluded now also. They were discriminated now also, but still they started taking pride, and self-confidence between this community rose up, and they all became, this was the era where in 20th century it was the anti-Brahmanical movements which were seen very commonly. Thank you everyone. So that is all about Sanskritization and criticism. Extremely important it is. So please kindly go through everything very nicely. Not just that, now the next video that will be uploaded, that will be on modernization and secularization. Again, a very essential and very important topic of cultural change. That will be the last part of this chapter. Thank you so much, everyone.